Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog of the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I wanted to do it in honor of the new season that just premiered, and I recorded this back at the end of June, but I didn't get the chance to upload it before the second season premiered, so just keep that in mind. Also, this video does have spoilers, so if you have not read the books, I really recommend waiting to watch this video until you've read them. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy! Say hi, Molly girl. Come here. Oh, hi guys. I am about 100 pages into The Summer I Turned Pretty, the first book of the trilogy, and I'm really liking it so far. I have already seen the first season that's out, and I know the second season comes out in July, I believe. So I'm really excited for that season to come out just because I really liked the first season. But I wanted to read the series before finishing the rest of the show because I like to read the books and see how they're different from the show. The author of the book, Jenny Han, she also wrote, for those that aren't familiar with her name, she also wrote To All the Boys I've Loved Before, that whole series. So she writes really good books because obviously they've made TV series. They've made a TV series out of both the Summer I Turned Pretty books and also the To All the Boys I've Loved Before books. So I am glad that I watched the first season before reading these books just because it's easier for me to picture the characters now, having like seen that first season and then reading the book. Like I can picture them better, which means I'm able to get into the story quicker. So I'm really liking it so far, and I'm really curious to see how the second and third book are. I was left on a cliffhanger with the show, and so I want to know what happens, but I'm curious to see how different this book is from the TV show. I might end up rewatching the show just to see how different it is from the book, like compare them again. So once I finish this book, I might watch the show again just to like refresh my memory, especially to refresh it for when the second season comes out. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how like similar they are. I've heard from a few people that like for the most part the books are similar, of course, because it's based off of the book, but there are like a few things that are a bit different, so I'm curious as to what those are. So far with this book, I'm really liking that the chapters are short. I love when books have short chapters just because it's easy to fly through the book, like because you just like you finish a chapter and you're like, oh okay, that was quick, I'll just read one more chapter, and then you just keep saying that, I'll just read one more chapter, and you fly through the book and you just feel so accomplished as you go because the chapters are so short. There is a little bit of dual timelines, so it does kind of like do flashbacks for some chapters, and like I said, they're short, so all it says is like the chapter and then it'll say what age she was. So it kind of bounces around and that'll lose me sometimes, but it always has to do with like what was just talked about in the present timeline. So it's just little flashbacks and then it goes back to the present by the next chapter. Hi guys. Okay, it is very much the next day and I got a package. I just got home from work, obviously. I got a notification that I got a package in the mail and I'm so excited because little update for you guys. Oh God, making a mess. I am now on page 196, 197. So I'm now like 100 pages later and I'm really loving this book. It just keeps picking up and it's getting better and better as I go. And it's just such a really well-written book. I'm so excited to get to the other book. So I'm just blazing through it, speeding through it. I'm a little distracted because there is someone right outside my car and they're not looking at me, but I'm just waiting for it to happen. Anyway, yeah, so I'm really hoping that the second and third seasons of the show are really similar to the books. So excited because I just got in the mail the second and third book. I didn't have them prior to this. I just got the first book because I wanted to, well, first of all, I had to pace myself because money, I barely have any, so I had to just get the first book and then I knew later on I'd get the other two books. So I wanted to open it with you guys so that you can feel the serotonin with me. I'm so excited. The covers are so pretty too. Like I love the colors of these books. They're so pretty. I love pastels, first of all. and I just love these colors together. So I can't wait to have these books on my shelf. They're so cute, so pretty. I love the covers. Making my morning drink, just a little morning concoction, I guess you could call it. I just have a bunch of these left over from work, mixing it with my Arbonne Energy Fizz, so it's basically like an energy drink but a healthy version because this is made with green tea. So anyway, I'm making my drink and then I'm gonna read the second book in the series. So I finished the first book this morning. I woke up early and just finished up the last like 3 chapters that I had left. I tried finishing it last night and I got so tired. I like literally read a page and a half and I was like already drifting. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna go to bed and then I'll finish the rest in the morning. So I finished it right away this morning and now I'm gonna go straight into the second book. The series is really good so far. The way it ended made me really want to pick up the second book and continue, so that's always a good sign. And I like all the characters, I like learning more about them and everything. Belly sometimes drives me nuts, but she's 16, so of course she's gonna drive me nuts because the actions and things that she says and thinks just sometimes are like immature and drive me nuts, but she's, like I said, she's 16, so I mean that's to be expected. I mean, I was probably most definitely that way when I was 16. So anyway, I am gonna finish making this. I'm gonna sit down and start reading, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts when I get farther in that book. My friend nostalgia. Holly, you make a better door than a window. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're so silly. You want to snuggle? I mean, I guess I could check in once in a while. But best friends are growing up, and there's no time for us to pretend we'd stay in touch, 'cause everybody knows. Oh my gosh, this book has dual POV. It switched to from Belly's point of view to Jeremiah's point of view, so ooh, I'm excited for that. I like being able to see into other people's minds. I wonder if it goes into Conrad's point of view. Weird. I'm excited. Still on my phone, I look back at the pictures and I reminisce when I'm alone. I keep myself from forgetting. Will we ever meet again on this side of heaven? Hey guys, so it's a while later. I'm on my porch and I'm gonna talk fast because there's 2 wasps out here and it terrifies me. And our porch has like a screen on it. It's screened in porch. Wow, words are hard this morning. It's not even morning, it's afternoon. Okay, anyway, I'm frazzled when there's wasps around and I'm trapped with them. And a jumping spider. Okay. Please hold. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna sit in here. Okay, so it's a while later. It's a few hours later. I've been reading like all morning, all afternoon. And I'm almost done with the second book. It's Not Summer Without You. I'm on page 245 of 275. I'm on page 245. Cool. So I have 30 pages left. Wow, that's sad that I had to think about that. Anyway, we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. But yes, I just have 30 pages left of this book. It's really, really good. I like it a lot so far. I like a lot of the quotes in here. I've underlined a few pages. I have some tabbed right now because I have to go back in and underline them because I didn't have a pen by me. As far as like grieving and stuff with Susanna, I don't know, I really like how they're handling it and talking about all of it, just because, I don't know, I feel like it's pretty accurate and relatable. I still am kind of confused as far as like relationship wise. It's a little bit different with her experiences between Jeremiah and Conrad compared to in the show, as far as like the development of like the relationships, like the relationships between Belly and Conrad and Belly and Jeremiah. It's just a little bit different, like developing differently than how it did in the show. And I know that like the show isn't going to be exactly the same as the book, of course, but I don't know, it's just interesting the way that they changed it up in the show. So like I'm really curious to see what they do for the second and third season of the show, and if they just keep it at 3 seasons, like there's 3 books, or what they end up doing with it. I'm almost done with it and I'm breezing through it. Like I said, I just pretty much started it this morning. I was maybe 30 or 40. No, I was probably like 50 or 60 pages in, and now I'm almost done with it. So I'm really liking it so far. I literally hadn't moved from the couch for hours. Anyway, I'm gonna finish it a little bit later today. Brennan and I are gonna go to a movie, and then when I get back, I'm gonna finish up the book and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys when I see you.
Everything goes right. I can feel the breeze, euphoric delight, only you and me. Pour your honey, sickly sweet, keeps me coming, got me weak. You could kill me, I'd still be, darling, your number 6 feet deep.
Good morning, guys. Okay, so last night I finished the second book. This book was really, really good. I'll give my rating, like I said, at the end, but I really liked this one. One thing I really liked is that it was dual point of view. So you got Belly's point of view and Jeremiah's point of view. I kind of wish we had also gotten Conrad's point of view, but it was nice having a second point of view just to like see like other people's thoughts other than just Belly. These books are really, really good just because like there's a lot to them, and I don't know, I just love the vibes. I love the beach vibes, and I like what happened in this book, and I like how they talked about grief and all of that in it. They handled that really well. I annotated and dog-eared a few pages throughout the book. But I'll be honest, it kind of drives me nuts that she wants Conrad more than Jeremiah. I'm probably one of few that is more a Jeremiah stan than a Conrad stan, just because, I don't know, like, it's frustrating because we can see that, like, Conrad doesn't, like, he wants you, but he doesn't want you, and he's playing with your emotions, and he doesn't care, but Jeremiah's over here, like, caring so much, and, like, oh, hey, Molly. Hi! She hid a treat earlier in the blanket, so she's looking for that, even though she got it, but she thinks that there's more left over here. But anyway, I really like Jeremiah more, I think, than Conrad, just like because, I don't know, he's just sweet. He's always there for her, and like she's more herself with him, and they have more laughs and more fun, and he gets her more, and they just have more of a connection, I feel, than Conrad. It feels forced with Conrad, whereas compared to like Jeremiah, where it's just like natural, and it's like, I don't know, I kind of really like Jeremiah, but there's also things that I really like about Conrad, so I don't know. It's like I'm there with her going back and forth on who, but anyway, I did really, really like the second book, so I'm excited to see what happens in the third book because we find out who she like ends up with. So I'm excited to read that one. I'm gonna get started on it, and I'll give you guys my thoughts as we go.
It's like I want you 24/7 when I'm without you, boy, I feel sick. Think you work better than my prescriptions. Nothing.
Okay. So there's like a pre-chapter, prologue. I think it's just like an excerpt it's supposed to be like, the idea is supposed to be like she's writing in her journal maybe. I don't know, and it's like her years from now talking, but she says, I've only ever loved 2 boys, both of them with the last name Fisher. Conrad was first, and I loved him in a way that you can really only do the first time around. It's the kind of love that doesn't know better and doesn't want to. It's dizzy and foolish and fierce. That kind of love is really a one-time only thing. And then there was Jeremiah. When I looked at Jeremiah, I saw past, present, and future. He didn't just know the girl I used to be, he knew the right now me, and he loved me anyway. Oh, that was the perfect way to describe exactly what I was thinking, because like both of them are great, and I get her liking Conrad for multiple ways because he's the older guy and he's mysterious and doesn't pay attention to her, and like, I don't know, like all these things that girls dream about and like crush on. And so I get it. I get why she was crushing on Conrad, but I was like, in my head, I was thinking about the future and like who she would like end up with and like marry. And I was like, no, he's not, at least not right now. He doesn't seem like, not marriage material because she's freaking 16. But like, has that potential. Like he has a lot of growing up to do and they don't seem to click. And maybe in the future when they've both changed and grown up more, then they'll click. But like right now, no, it doesn't seem that way. And Jeremiah seems more like, he seems more invested in her and like cares about her deeply and like wants her for her and loves her for her. And so it's just like, I don't know. I'm a Jeremiah girly, I think. But all right, well, Brennan just shouted my name from the shower, so BRB. Okay, I'm back. We're good. Okay, where were we? Jeremiah. I love him. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that probably, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just like Jeremiah better than Conrad as far as like who Belly should be with. So that's my thoughts, but I'm gonna continue reading now, and who knows, maybe my thoughts will change. Maybe I'll like Conrad by the end and I'll think that they're a better fit together, but right now that's how I feel. And yeah, that's that.
If you ever leave, I'll be real sad. Let's both hope that it don't get so bad. Boy, your honey sickly sweet keeps me coming, got me weak. You could kill me, I'd still be. Darling, your number 6 feet deep. Oh, it's real hard to break this habit. It's like I want you 24/7 when I'm without you.
I wanted him for all seasons, not just summer. Stop it, stop it, stop it right now. Oh my god, I love this so much. Please don't say this changes. Oh my god, it's so cute. She comes back from her exams from her freshman year of college, and it says Jeremiah was asleep in her bed and she went and laid down with him and said she could have the other half of his sub from lunch. He kissed my hair. I can't have my girl skipping meals left and right. Why am I swooning over something so simple? But oh my god, I'm just excited because it's Jeremiah, because he just gets her and he's so cute and it's just precious. I love it so much. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Back to reading.
When I'm without you, boy, I feel sick. Think you look better than my prescription.
Hello, we're back. We went and got lunch, and if you're in the Florida area, we got lunch at Huey Magoo's, which is basically like Raising Cane's if you're in the Midwest, or there's one other one. I can't think of it. Oh, Zaxby's. Zaxby's. So if you've heard of those before, Huey Magoo's is a lot like that. So we went there for lunch, and then we just kind of drove around for a bit in like the nearby area because it's really pretty. We looked at like different apartments and houses over there and stuff like that because we sometimes love to do that. And yeah, just kind of chilled, drove around, and now we're back. So I'm gonna finish the 3rd book. I'm gonna try and like power through this one. Not power through as in I don't like the book or the series, not that, but just like I'm gonna try and work hard to like finish this book today because I want to be able to tell you guys what I think. I'm so excited to get back into it because I just want to know who she ends up with, and it's starting on such a good note with her being with Jeremiah, and they've been together for the last 2 years. So I'm like, I love that. But also, if all the good stuff is in the first like this small chunk of pages, obviously things happen. They probably break up, and then figuring out who she wants to be with and stuff like that. But I just want to know how it all ends and everything and who she ends up with. But they're precious together, so I hope that she ends up with Jeremiah, but I don't know. So, okay, I'm gonna finish reading it and I will get back to you guys. This, in case anyone's wondering, a big fuzzy blanket in the room with peace and quiet and a good book is my favorite way to spend my day. It's lame, I know, and I don't care. This is my favorite way to spend my day. In my bed, cozy, comfy, or on a couch, or in like a comfy chair. Just has to be in a comfy spot, peace and quiet, sun shining, and a good book. And of course a fuzzy blanket. It's just, it's the best. Okay, anyway, in case anyone cared or wondered.
Oh yeah, and lots of pillows. Lots of pillows. Oh my gosh, Molly.
Not good.
Come here, puppy. Come on. Join the cuddle puddle. Oh, there she is.
Come here.
Come here. Bring your buzz. Come on. Good girl. Join the cuddle puddle. She's like, I'm trying to get front and center. Oh, never mind.
Better than my prescriptions. Better than my prescriptions. Better than my prescriptions.
Brennan is playing basketball right now, so I'm going to read and relax while he plays basketball and soak up the sun a little bit. It's kind of a warm one, but it's a beautiful day, so I'm gonna read out here for a bit while he plays basketball. You're just so cute. I had to. Guys. Jeremiah is so cute. So adorable. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know how people are Conrad stans. He doesn't care about Belly. Or if he does, it's so deep down and he doesn't show it. And I'm sorry, but you can say all you want. You meaning like Conrad can say all he wants about like Belly, or like there can be all the signs about him like deep down truly loving her, but he never shows it. And she's said so many times that she can't count on him when it matters. Like she was even saying like when he didn't show up to her mom's 50th birthday party, she wanted to tell her mom like, you can love him all you want, but you can never count on Conrad. And I'm like, I would never want her to like end up with Conrad because she can't count on him. If like all this time she hasn't been able to count on him, and when it starts to get good, then he like acts like he doesn't care anymore all of a sudden. Like, no, Jeremiah's perfect. Oh, he's not perfect. He made a big mistake. But other than that, he's perfect. Like, it was a pretty big mistake. Yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah. But he's great otherwise. So I love that she's ending up with him. At least right now. I mean, I'm only 64 pages in, so we'll see. But I'm curious where this book is gonna go. If so much has happened in 64 pages, what on earth can happen the rest of this book? Like, what on earth is it gonna be about? And I don't like looking at the back of books and reading the synopsis because it usually ruins it. Like, I wanna be totally surprised and engulfed in the book. Like, I don't want anything ruined. And like, that happened earlier. Like, there was one thing that was ruined because I saw as Jeremiah and Belly head back to Cousins Beach to plan their wedding. I'm like, what? So I saw that was spoiled for me and I didn't like that. So this is why I don't read the synopsis ahead of time. But that's my thoughts. Okay. Hey B. How you doing?
Really hot.
Really hot. Really hot. Did you drink all your water already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Do you need anything?
Okay.
Okay. Hi guys. So it's very much the next day. It's actually it's 2 days from when I last was filming. Yesterday, honestly, there wasn't much to film anyway. I did read at work, but I technically can't record when I'm reading because I'm what we call backstage at Disney. So basically, like, anywhere that the guests aren't or can't go, and we can't film that. So I wasn't able to film like any reading yesterday. And then when I got home, I read for a little bit, but not too long, and then was just hanging out with Brennan. So yeah, I'm gonna be reading a bunch more at work today. I'm gonna try and get as much of the book finished as I can because I just want to finish it up. I'm at 200 pages pretty much exactly, so I don't have too much left of the book, probably a little under halfway, maybe honestly just a quarter left of the book. But it's taking quite a turn. It is and it isn't. It's no surprise that it's still a love triangle, very much a love triangle, and I just can't tell where it's gonna go or who Belly is gonna choose. And it kind of frustrates me being on the outside, seeing like Belly and Jeremiah together. They are so cute together and it just makes sense for them to be together. And it's frustrating because in this book, you're finally getting Conrad's point of view, which I was wanting in the last book, I was saying. So I'm excited that we're finally getting Conrad's point of view in this book. But it's hard because now we're seeing his thoughts, so we're seeing how much he actually does care about Belly. And it's frustrating because it's like, why hasn't he said any of these things? Like, he doesn't say anything and he acts like he doesn't care about her on purpose because he messed it up and he can't take that back. And realizing now that Jeremiah really loves her, and especially now that Jeremiah and Belly are engaged and they're planning their wedding, it's like he can't do anything anymore because obviously it's like they're very much in love, and Conrad had promised his mom before she passed that he was going to take care of Jeremiah, so he's not going to do anything to hurt Jeremiah or step on his toes or anything like that. And so he has to put his feelings aside, which that's incredibly hard, and he's being so strong about. But it's like, it's so frustrating because it's like, then why didn't you stay with her in the first place? But I think it was one of those things where it was like he didn't realize what he had until it was gone. But just so frustrating. And I think, I don't know how I feel about Jeremiah and Belly getting married and like him having engaged her or like proposed to her. Like, I get it. Belly and him have known each other their whole lives and nothing's gonna change about that, and they get along so well and they all know each other so deeply and they're just meant. she's meant to be with one of the Fishers. So like, it's fine that they are getting married because they know they love each other, but at the same time I feel like they're just rushing it, and Jeremiah is really just doing it because he wants to make sure that Conrad doesn't get her. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I don't like that now we're getting Conrad's feelings, and he's gonna eventually like crack, and he's gonna try and win Belly over, and then who is she gonna choose? And she's literally planning her wedding, so it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know who I want her to end up with. I was so dead set on Jeremiah, and I think I still am dead set on Jeremiah, but I know that her feelings are so deep-rooted for Conrad that I don't think that'll ever go away. Also, I love that her mom finally came around, of course because Conrad talked to her, but I love that her mom finally came around, because that was breaking my heart too, that her mom wasn't at any of the things, and like her getting her wedding dress and all of that stuff. Like, it just made me so sad for her, but I'm so happy that now things are better and everything, and her mom is involving herself like in all the wedding stuff and supporting her, even though she's not fully supporting her. I think she's just kind of like caved, because she's like, well, it's gonna happen with or without me, so I might as well be there. So those are my thoughts. I'm gonna try and finish reading as much as I can today, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts at the end, and then I can't wait to give you guys my final reviews. All right, anyway, I'm gonna finish driving to work, and I'll talk to you guys when I see you. Okay, I am at page 273, chapter 55. I don't want to spoil anything for myself. I have like 4 chapters left, 4 or 5. So I wanted to say my thoughts before I finish reading the book on like how it's been going so far. It's honestly been a really like whirlwind of a book. It's kind of frustrating at times, and I don't know how I feel about who Belly should end up with, just because they're all hot messes, especially the brothers. Like, they don't know what they want, and it's stressing me out. I hate that. But I so badly just, I don't know. I want Belly to, like, more than anything be a Fisher and, like, be with one of them, because, like, she's meant to be with one of them, but I can't figure out who anymore. I was always so rooting for Jeremiah, and now I have zero idea, because in the last book we got Jeremiah's point of view, and in this book we're getting Conrad's point of view, and so now I have zero idea what I think and who I think she should end up with. I still think I'm rooting for her to be with Jeremiah, just because Conrad kept his feelings in for like most of his life, and he like never said anything, so it's kind of like he doesn't deserve to be with her, because he played with her emotions so much, and Jeremiah was straight up the whole time. But I don't think that they should get married, because they're just still too young. They still have like a lot to figure out, and I feel like they should be dating for a while longer before they decide to get married, just in case anything happens, because like this wedding is just causing a lot of stress. But at the same time, I'm glad it's happening, because they needed to like have this kind of pressure to be able to finally say what's on their freaking minds. But oh my gosh, it's so stressful, and I just want to figure out who she ends up with, if she ends up with anyone. I have zero idea. But anyway, I'm loving it so far. It's been such a good book, and I'm loving the back and forth, even if it's stressing me out. And I do love that we finally got Conrad's point of view, because I just needed to like peek into his head, because I hated that we were only getting Belly's point of view, because one, she was younger, and like what she was assuming and saying about Conrad and thinking about Conrad wasn't necessarily what he was actually thinking. So like I was only thinking like frustrating things about Conrad, and now we're seeing the sensitive, more emotional side of him and everything. And also I love that he has like a good relationship with Belly's mom, with Laurel, and that like he's able to talk to her about some of this stuff, and that they're close and stuff like that, just because, I don't know, I find that so precious. I love how close their families are, that it's like they're like one big family. But all right, that's all the thoughts I have. I'm gonna finish reading this book. I am loving this book so far, and this series, I'm loving it so much. So
Oh, it's real hard to break this habit. It's like I want you 24/7. When I'm without you, boy, I feel safe. Think you work better than my prescriptions.
Okay, so it didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to, but it also did turn out the way I figured it deep down would turn out. I had a feeling she would end up with Conrad. I mean, it's all she focused on and could think about. And I can't say I'm totally mad because Conrad grew on me throughout this book. And as much as like her and Jeremiah were really cute together and they're best friends and they're close and everything, her heart was just always gonna be with Conrad, and it wouldn't have been right. Their love wouldn't have been as deep and as pure as if she ended up with Conrad. So I just hope that, and it seemed like it from the end of the book, that Jeremiah and Conrad aren't gonna hate each other forever or not be in each other's lives. So that's good. But the letters at the end that Conrad sent her and the one that Susanna wrote her, my heart. It was so good. It was so good. And I got teary-eyed. I didn't fully cry, but I got teary-eyed and I almost did cry. Oh my gosh. These books were so incredible, so good. I absolutely loved them. Okay, so I'm gonna give my ratings. Book number 1, The Summer I Turned Pretty, I gave 4 stars. Book number 2, It's Not Summer Without You, I gave 4 stars as well. And We'll Always Have Summer, book number 3, I gave 5 stars. Nope, I just had to come in here and change my answer. As much as I absolutely loved it, I think I'm just like in my feels and emotions right now because I literally just finished the book. But after really thinking back on like my thoughts and everything throughout the whole book and feeling kind of frustrated at points on certain things, it wasn't a 5-star feel, not quite, but it definitely wasn't just a 4. It felt better than the other 2. So 4.5 stars because you already know so much about the characters and it's all building to that final book. So it just had so much in it and it was so good. And I do love the way that it wrapped up and ended. So this whole series honestly is like a 4.5 series. I would definitely recommend this series to anyone, especially if you just want like a summer series to read. They're so quick and easy to read. They're so like fun, lighthearted for the most part, and like just great books to read, especially if you just like want like a good romance to read and just like need a fun break from like if you binge read like fantasy or mystery thriller books, stuff like that. Like if you just want like something different, cheesy romance but like still has depth to it, I highly recommend this series. And also, yeah, it just gave all the perfect like warm summer beach vibes, all that stuff. Like it was perfect to read for the summertime. Obviously, I mean, it is based around summer, but like a lot of stuff that they do is around the beach, and it's just, I love it so much. Like it just gave all the good vibes. I'm definitely a beach girly. I love all that stuff. So it was just really fun to read that and be in that feeling, that vibe, that mindset. So anyway, I really, really loved these books. I highly recommend them. Super good. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to leave any comments below on any ideas for future videos you'd like to see, any books you'd like me to read and give my opinions on. I'm always open for that, even though my TBR list, if you don't know what that means, the to be read is what it stands for. My TBR list honestly is longer than my lifespan at this point, but I'm still always willing to add more books to it anyway. So make sure to leave a comment below if you have any ideas for different videos you'd like to see me do. Like the video, like I said, share it, and thank you guys again so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Also, if you've read these books, leave a comment below what you thought of it, what you rated it, if you did give it a rating, but at least what you thought of these books. Thanks again so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.
Thank you.